With 3 World Championship titles across 3 disciplines, multiple wins in Las Vegas and uncountable world records, you can argue that Mike Schloesser is the best compound archer to ever walk this planet. But why does Mike decide to have so much weight on his bow? The current world number 1 has nearly 60 ounces of weight on his bow, of which 31 are on his front rod. Is this how Mike Schloesser became Mr. Perfect? We find out on this episode of Why Do They Do That?
Why do you have so much weight on your bow in the first place?
It kind of started off with a joke. We were back then at the training center. And back then in Rio I was shooting a lot of weight. It was like in 2012, 2013. And we started kind of as a joke, like you cannot handle it. And it was like I grabbed every single weight I had and put it on my bow. And I shot it for like a day, and after the day I was like, shit, this could work. Like I feel really comfortable with that. So I trained a bunch with it, and later on, I started shooting with it, and from there on, started. I started with 22 ounces up front. Back then, with the fuse, the blades was the maximum we could put on the blades because of the screw. And then I went to the X taper, and the weights were really small, so I needed to go more in it. And then eventually ended up what I'm doing now. It's like 32 up front and 18 on the back.
Which leads me to my second question. Why do you have so much weight up front compared to the weight in the back? If you compare it to other archers in the compound area, they tend to balance a bit, but you have a very front-heavy bow.
I have a lot of pressure in my bottom of my front hand. So when I'm aiming, I have a lot of pressure in the bottom of the hand. So I always tend to like push it up, and that's why I came up with more front weight than normally. And for me, it just aims better, especially because back then when I was at the training center, it was always windy. So I think like when I shot with the heavy front weight, it helped me a lot in the wind.
Yeah. Do you think the heavy weight made you into the world number 1, or would you have made world number 1 without the heavy weight as well?
I think it definitely helps, especially when I'm nervous or when it's windy, because like a lot of World Cups is always windy. Yeah. And I really think that is helping me, especially in those conditions.